Welcome to another tutorial on CSS. This is a part of my CSS beginners series. In this episode, we're going to learn about text and font. Text plays a vital role in our websites. When you're working with websites, you're going to come across text and font. So having good knowledge on text and font is going to help you in your web development journey. Without wasting time, let's go ahead and see what this lesson has for us. Let's get to our code editor and kick things off. So I'll take you to my code editor, and here I created an HTML file called text-font.html. I also created a CSS file, style.css, and these files are connected. That means they are communicating. Whatever style I put inside the CSS is going to be affected on my web page. I also open it inside on my browser, and here it is. All right, and right now it is blank. All right, let's go ahead and begin. So first of all, I'll put a p tag, okay, p tag, and then I'll put text inside here. So I'll put something like this, a paragraph, and then I'll copy it and duplicate of this particular text like this way, okay, good. Now we have our text here. We're going to work on our first property, or first font property, which is changing the font color of this text. Okay, when I take you to the web browser, the default color of this text is going to be black. All right, and then with the help of font color, we will be able to assign color or give our text color. Let's see how that is done. So I'll take you back to our code editor, and then I'll go to my style document, and we're going to target this p tag. So I'll take you there, and then we're going to target p, and we're going to give it font color. So to give your text color, you simply put color, and then inside here we're going to give it a color of something like red. Now when I take you to the web browser and then reload this page, you can see that our text color has changed from black, that default black, to red. The next thing we can talk about when it comes to text and font is actually changing what we call the font size. Now when you go back to our web browser, you can see that our text is actually smaller on the browser until we apply size to it. So we can apply size to our font by going to our code editor, and then we simply come down and put font size like this, and then inside here you specify your value. Now you can put large, larger, medium, small, but if you want to have a specific value, you can also do so. In this case, I'm going to give it a font size of 50 pixels. So I'll simply put 50 pixels, and then I'll take you back to the web browser, and then when we reload this page, our font size, or our font, is going to have a bigger size. So I'll simply reload this page, and you can see our text has increased in size. So that's the second text property you can add to your text, which is font size. Let's continue by looking at other properties you can add to your text. So I'll take you to our code editor, And the next property we're going to add to this, our text, is going to be the style of our text, which is font family. So you can put font and you put family. Now, if you have ever used Microsoft Word, because you notice that inside Microsoft Word, you can assign font family or font style to your text. The same way with our website, you can apply font style, Times New Roman, cursive, whatever font size, font style you can think of, you can apply to your web page. Okay. So the first font size, font style I'm going to add to this website is going to be cursive. Okay, to cursive. Now when we go to our web browser and then reload this page, you can see the style of this text has changed from that default style to this cursive look. Okay, now there's something I want you to learn, and which is having a backup for your font family. There are some font styles that don't support on certain browsers, and so you can have a backup in case a browser is not able to render that font, then it will have a backup to fall onto. So in this case, what we are going to do is to give it a backup. So to give it a backup, you can put something like, so let's maintain this cursive, and then we're going to give it a main font style. I'll explain that in a bit. So first of all, you need to put code like this, and inside here we're going to give it a main font. Okay, so this time we're going to give it something like Korea. Okay, so it's a font style family called Korea, like this, and then you give it comma. This way, whenever the browser is not, this will serve as our primary font family. So whenever the browser is not able to render this font style, it's going to use this as a backup. Okay, so let's go ahead and then add something like maybe new to it. Okay, this is a font style. Now let's go to your web browser and then check, and now you can see we have a different font style, and this font style is called Korea New. Now we have a backup, and that means anytime our browser is not able to render this font style, then it will use this as a backup. So this is the main font style, and this is a backup. You can have another backup by putting comma and then adding another font style or font family. In this case, we're going to put something like time. Okay, so let's put Times New. Okay, so New Roman as a third or a second backup. So that is it. That's font family and applying backups to your font values, and that way anytime the browser is not able to render our main font style, then it uses this as a backup. Now let's go back to our font size, because there was something I forgot to mention. Now, what I'm going to talk about is the unit of measurement. You can have pixel. There's another unit of measurement we call EM. Okay, so you can have 2 EM unit, and this is also a measurement unit of measurement in CSS. Now when we go to our web browser and then reload this page, the size is going to change, and you can see it has changed. So EM is also of measurement in CSS. Let's continue. Another thing we're going to be talking about is font style. Okay, so you can apply font style to your website. So you simply put font and you put style, and this time we're going to put something like italic. Okay, so you can put italic here as your font style. And now when we go to the web browser and reload, our text is going to be italicized. Now you can see how our text looks. Let me actually go back to the code editor and increase my size so you can see. It will help us visually. So let me just put something like 5 there, and then we'll go back, reload, and now you can see how it is italicized. So that's font style. The next property we're going to be talking about is font weight. Okay, font weight. So we can go back here and then simply come down and put our font weight. So put weight like this inside, and then with font weight you can apply values or assign values to it. But what I'm going to do is to give it a bolder effect. That way our font is going to have a bolder effect. You can also put bold there. Now when we go to our web browser and then reload this page, our text is going to look this thicker. You can see that's font weight. We just increase the weight of this text by adding what we call font weight, and we applied a value called bold. Okay, so that's font weight. Let's look at other font property in CSS. So in this part we're going to talk about text. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our text, aligning our text, and doing amazing things with our text. We have font and we have text. Let's talk about the text itself. All right, so I'll actually take you back to our HTML document, and I will simply remove this line and leave it as this, and then I'll go to the web browser, reload, and now we have this text. Okay, let me actually remove everything and leave it as, I guess, leave one word inside paragraph. All right, so with this text we can do cool things with it. The first thing we're going to talk about is aligning our text. Now right now when you go to our web browser and then check, you can see our text is automatically aligned to the left. We can align this text center or right. So let's do that. Here is my code editor, and then I'm going to my CSS file, and inside here I will specify my text alignment. So all you need to do is to put text align. Okay, so just put text align, and then you specify the position you want to align it. Do you want to align it center, left, right? You specify that here. In this case I'll simply put center there, and then we go to our code, our web browser, and then reload, and now you can see our text has been aligned or positioned center. The next thing we can do is simply aligning it to the right. So this is just like using Microsoft Word to edit your work. Okay, so you can align it right, and now I'll go to our web browser and then reload. You can see that our text has been aligned right. So that's text alignment. The next thing we're going to be talking about when it comes to text is actually text transformation. Okay, so what is it? What is text transformation? Let's go ahead and take a closer look at what text transformation is in CSS. So I'll simply take you back to our code editor, and then first of all I'll change this right center because I don't want it to be aligned right, so I'll put center there, and then we come down and then put what we call text transform. Okay, so put text transform there, and then with text transformation you can actually change your text from lowercase to uppercase. You can change it from uppercase to lowercase. Okay, So first of all, we're going to give it uppercase. Okay, so it gets uppercase there, and then the whole of our text is going to be transformed from that lowercase to uppercase. So everything here is uppercase. We can also change everything from uppercase to lowercase by simply changing the value inside to lowercase. So I'll simply remove my upper and put lowercase. Then when we go back to our web browser, reload, you can see our text is now in lowercase. So that's text transformation. Let's take it further by looking at other text property. So we're going to be talking about something we call shadow in text. Okay, but first of all, I will change it back to uppercase. So I will simply change it back to uppercase, and then what I'll be doing here is I'll come down and then I'll put text shadow, so hyphen shadow. To get your text shadow, you simply apply your units or your values. What happens is you apply top value for the top, right, bottom, and then we'll be able to get our shadow. And not forget of your color. So let's go ahead and then implement this. So first of all, I'll give it 2 pixel top. Okay, so 2 pixel top, and then another 2 pixel, and this will be the right, and then bottom, we're going to give it like 4 pixel. Okay, so 4 pixel bottom, and now we can give it a color. Okay, so let's give it a color like black. Okay, so now when we go to our web browser and then reload this page, you can see there's a shadow there. Let me actually increase this 4. Okay, we can also increase this 2, which is at the right hand side, to something like 3, and then increase 4 to 6. Okay, and then we go back to our web browser, reload, and now you can see the shadow. Okay, if you cannot see that, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see there's a shadow there. All right, so that is text shadow. You can do amazing things with font and text styling in CSS. And this brings us to the end of this lesson. In our next lesson, we're going to be learning about images, and we'll be doing a lot of cool things with CSS. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, consider subscribing, because I release videos like this to help you out with your web design journey. See you there.